I'm really excited about this fight card. This is the second one that Champs Management is part of a great promotion here in Delaware. For many of you that know this region, the Philadelphia region, a good friend of mine growing up, Dougie Pettiford, and I were in the gyms together over the years. We realized the importance of bringing great boxing to Delaware because we never really had that privilege. And so you were never considered the hometown hero when you didn't fight in your local community. So for me, it gives me a chance of living through these guys here. It's something I've had the opportunity to fight for 2 world titles, and it was a great privilege. But it would have been really nice when my old trainer, Marty Feldman here, would have been able to come home. Marty had probably about 8 world champions, the best fighters in the world, and I was privileged to be under his tutelage. But I could tell you one thing, it would have been nice to, when Marty's standing in my corner, if we could have fought that fight here in Delaware, any of the fights that I fought. And so that's why Champs Management is so passionate to bring Major League Boxing to Delaware. And it gives the Andrew Farmers, it gives the Omar Douglases, the Joey Tiberis, as well as our champions, Robinson and Spivey, the opportunity to showcase in a community that's passionate about boxing. It proved it a few months ago when we introduced championship boxing to Wilmington, Delaware, and we sold out the arena. And the sponsorships were incredible to invest the money to make it happen. And Andrew Farmer's dad's here, he does promotions so he can appreciate how important it is that the community wrap their arms around it to continue to make it happen. And so on the fight card, I just touched on the fighters. So to my far left is Joey Tiberi. Yes, he is related. He's a nephew. He combs his hair like his uncle. So, seated next to him is Ray Robinson. Ray will be fighting for the USBA title. And of course, a great opportunity for a next step when you're in that top 10 to be fighting for the IBF world title. Dorian Spivey, presently number 9 in the world. Dorian Spivey right now is in a position striking distance. We are under negotiations. There was talk about the sanctioning body even mentioned with this win that they would like to match him up against Gamboa. So he is right where he needs to be, but most importantly, we know August 2nd, we need a big victory against a guy named Nikwe, who's from Ghana. And Nikwe is no easy task. He's 20-0, I think with 16 knockouts, but I think he's met his match on August 2nd with Dorian Spivey, and Dorian, I think, will second that one. It's a major fight for the NABA title, which is sanctioned through the WBA. And to me, it's important, if you're going to fight for any type of title, it's like having a college degree without accreditation. If you're going to fight for a sanctioned title, it's got to be sanctioned. So we're privileged that night to have representatives of the IBF, which Ray Robinson will be fighting for, as well as Dorian Spivey of the WBA. And if you've watched boxing growing up like I think we all have in this room, when you're on ABC Wide World of Sports, when somebody says IBF, WBA, WBC, you want to sit there and watch it because you know what? You're going to get a good fight. And that's what it's all about. And that's opening the door. These fighters are really pushing tickets, telling all their friends. We need a packed arena to cheer them on. To my right, Andrew Farmer, 14-2. Just now, you've been off for a little while. So this is a great opportunity. It's the first time fighting in Delaware, correct? So, all right. So we're excited to have Andrew Farmer in town, and a popular fighter down in the Virginia area, and also West Virginia. You fought at the racetrack. So it's my brother Nick spoke highly of him. You know my brother Nick is a matchmaker. When he speaks highly of a fighter, we're excited to bring him to Delaware and showcase him here in our state. And to my far right, devastating puncher. You know, a lot of people already guesstimate this guy over the next year or two to be a world champion, Omar Douglas. And but I think Omar's team is one fight at a time. And Omar will be putting on a showcase in a 6-round fight. And we're excited to have this kind of card because when you are putting time, effort, and money into something, you want to make sure the fans are seeing a return. And when you see these guys, I think as John and one of our other partners, Frankie, raise your hand. Frankie Vasello is one of the other partners I mentioned earlier. When you're putting a fight card together, just like in business, you're all about trust, quality. And so when we invest in putting a fight card together, you know, we want fighters that represent us outside the ring as well. And every one of these guys bring that to the table. If these guys are going to be in our community, as the media will appreciate, you want role models. And when we go to the mall tomorrow, I don't have one hesitation that as these guys shake hands with the fans that are coming up, that we got the right guys on the card. And so they not only represent themselves in the ring well, but of course, most importantly, to Champs Management, how they represent themselves as leaders in our community. And that's what I feel like this card's going to be about. You're going to see great fights, but you're going to see guys stick around with character that they're going to enjoy and appreciate everybody that came to cheer them on.